You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, we got a couple of different things in one video. I'm going to start doing a few more of these. I used to do more over on Black and White Sports too, where I actually combine two subjects into one video. But we're going to talk about Shedeur Sanders because we got a group of guys led by Skip Bayless that believes there's a personal vendetta from Kevin Stefanski towards Shedeur Sanders. Now, do I believe that? No. Do I believe he wanted to draft him? No. I don't believe that either. So that's always part of it. These coaches want to coach the guys they drafted. And you guys have heard me say, I'll never come off of it, that this was Jimmy Haslam's pick. And the other thing we got is about Bo Nix, because there's people out there calling for Bo Nix's job at quarterback. And Bo Nix at times has been pretty rough to watch. He was rough to watch Thursday night. But statistically, he's having a shockingly good year. It's sort of the strangest thing you've ever seen because, I mean, he's had literal 3 quarters at a time where he's almost unwatchable. That Eagles game against the Broncos, which they won, that comes to mind. So we'll take a look at that in a second too. Let's get to these personal allegations because there is a line drawn that is sort of interesting, but I don't know that it's enough to accuse anybody of anything, but I did find it interesting nonetheless. Cleveland Browns coach Kevin Stefanski could be under the most scrutiny of his career on account of a quarterback who is yet to play his first snap in the NFL. People have gone off the rails when it comes to Shedeur, no doubt about it. Now, the video I put out last night, I called it. I think Shedeur gets in this game this weekend. I just have this feeling. It is a perfect opportunity to get him in for a half, get him in for the fourth quarter, something like that. All right? It's a terrible team. Now, by the other side, Dillon Gabriel might come out and throw 3 touchdowns, and then Shedeur is screwed for the next 3 or 4 weeks. You know, the Browns drafted, we know Dillon Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, blah, blah, blah. So let's scroll down here. Meanwhile, Skip Bayless and the rest of the crew at the, quote, Arena Gridiron, this is some podcast they do. Jay Gruden's on there, and Aqib Talib, and somebody else, a quarterback is on there. Discussed Kevin Stefanski's refusal to play the 5th-round pick during a recent episode and asserted that the quarterback's lack of action has nothing to do with football. They are officially calling this personal. Former NFL quarterback Aqib Talib suggested that the head coach may have a personal vendetta against the rookie quarterback, declaring that he should still be fired even if he puts in the former Colorado star in the starting lineup later in the season and he leads them to multiple wins. Quote, you've got a personal vendetta against him. Get the F on, he said. Bayless agreed that there is a vendetta against Sanders, but it's not restricted to the Browns, claiming that 31 other teams were against drafting him because of how he conducted himself at the NFL scouting combine. Guys, you've heard me say that how many times? Much of this goes back to the combine. No doubt about it. It's 80% of this crap, to be honest. Talib even went on to suggest that Gabriel and Stefanski may share the same agent. Okay. He threw this out there, and it's not true. All right? He just threw it out there. However, it is interesting. That isn't the case, but there is a connection. Stefanski's representative, Jimmy Sexton, one of the biggest agents out there, has some of the quarterback's former college coaches on his roster of clients, which has triggered some speculation. So let me understand this. Stefanski doesn't want to play him because what? Dan Lanning is a Jimmy Sexton client, or I guess maybe Brent Venables? Is that what we're doing? That's Oklahoma and Oregon. UCF, I don't know who the coach was at the time there. It wasn't Scott. No, I don't think so. I think he was already gone. I don't know. I mean, still, I can't see a coach having a vendetta against a quarterback because of his representation. The coach, Stefanski, having the same representation as a couple of college coaches. I don't. I'm going to tell you that raises my bullshit meter 1,000%. I don't buy that at all. At all. So this may be the most surprising statistic of the years thus far. Despite a sluggish Week 10 game, Bo Nix is tied for the most total touchdowns with 21. This is crazy. Nix completed 16 of 28 passes for 150, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, an average of 5.35 yards per attempt. That's not good. That's putrid. A passer rating of 54.2. Well, I've got his yearly statistics up here. Let me just, number one, he's 8-2. A 6.1 yards per attempt average. That's not good. That's not good. 60.9% completion percentage. That's not good. I mean, I'm going to be real here for these Bo Nix fans. If I'm going to shit on Caleb Williams for the same kind of statistics, it's hard for me not to be like, this doesn't look great. All right? Yeah, he's getting in the end zone, but there's alarming things on it. This completion percentage in the National Football League in 2025, under 61%, that's unacceptable. You have got to be 65% or higher. And even at that, you'd rather see what he did last year, 66%. He's getting in the end zone. I mean, 18 touchdowns, that's undeniable. And he's rushed for 205 yards and has 3 rushing touchdowns. So he's got 21 total touchdowns, just like that says. And he is a more mobile quarterback, but that yards per attempt and that completion percentage long term, that's got to come up. That's got to come up. If he's going to be a long time solution, and it just so happens, look at these quarterbacks. This is PFF's grading system. This is through last week. So, Thursday's game isn't on here yet, okay, because they won't update this until the rest of the week plays out. It'll be updated probably on Tuesday. But without the Raiders game, Bo Nix was 20th in the league in quarterback play. But, I mean, him and Caleb Williams, like I said, they got some of the same kind of problems right now. We know Caleb Williams struggles with completion percentage. And it seems like Bo Nix is at times having trouble running the offense as constituted, which I think is the last thing that Sean Payton thought he was going to have an issue with. What's interesting is kind of some similarities in how Russell Wilson and Bo Nix, I know Broncos fans may get mad about it, but that's a fact. Russell wouldn't throw the ball down the field. He wouldn't run the timing and rhythm offense of Sean Payton, and you're getting a little of that. You got a lot of ad-lib going on from Bo Nix, yada, yada, yada. I'm surprised by that, though. But I will tell you, I was not high on Bo Nix coming out at all. I loved his experience. I think a lot of games is a huge deal in college. I say at least I'd like to see 30 starts in college. But I had Jaden Daniels, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix Jr., Caleb Williams, Drake May, and Bo Nix. Now, obviously, I missed on Drake May badly. You know, he might actually be number one now. But I don't know. It's a very interesting scenario. I'm a big Jalen Hurts guy. This has been my lowest year on Jalen Hurts too. I've started losing some faith in him. Even though he's clutch, even though he wins games, it's rough watching him try to run an offense sometimes. Bo Nix too. I don't know what's going to happen there. I really don't. I mean, obviously, he's not turning the ball over a ton. He's going to get some time. All right. And he showed last year completion percentage can get up there. It's got to get back up there. And his yards per attempt has to increase. You got to get 7 or above. You know, you got to get 65, 66, 70% completion. That kind of thing. Got to throw the ball down the field. And I will say this, at wide receiver, I don't love their weapons. I mean, Cortland Sutton feels like a great number 2, not a number 1 to me. There, I said it out loud. Denver's had a problem at wide receiver because you guys know I can't stand Jerry Jeudy. I mean, Jerry Jeudy's a 3, far as I'm concerned, masquerading as a 1 with the Browns, and he was masquerading as an okay 2 with the Broncos. He's not great, and I don't love Cortland Sutton. I don't. They need a a real clear-cut, no confusion number 1 wide receiver. A CD Lamb kind of a real stud. A.J. Brown, that kind of guy. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.